Hello everyone, I am Preeti Garg, Assistant Professor at Kite Group of Institutions. Welcome to the lecture series of data compression, and today we are going to discuss LZ77 encoding technique, which is also known as sliding window protocol to encode any message. These are the contents of our presentation which we are going to discuss today. So first comes what is this LZ77 technique. So LZ77 is also known as an adaptive dictionary based technique. So here we will have a dictionary, and using that dictionary we will encode our message. So we will have some encoded message. Using that we will encode the new upcoming message. As I told you that it is known as sliding window. So here we will have a sliding window like this. This will be divided using one divided line. In the left portion we will call it as a search buffer, and the right portion is known as look ahead buffer. So here search buffer means that portion which we have recently encoded, and look ahead buffer means look ahead, which we are going to look now. This is the sequence to be encoded. So using this search buffer we are going to encode our look ahead buffer message, and our message will be read it from right side to the left side. We will read it from right to left. And here while reading the message from this side, we will use three things. First is known as length, second is offset, and third is code. So here offset means that how from this dividing line at which index number we got a matching sequence in the search buffer and the look ahead buffer. So here the encoder check the symbol in the look ahead buffer with search buffer considered here as the dictionary. So here search buffer is a dictionary and look ahead buffer is we are encoding, and that position from where we got our first match will be known as our offset. Second term is the length. So length means how many elements we have matched in the look ahead buffer and the search buffer. So this will be known as the length. And third is the code. So code will be the symbol which is next to the matched symbol in the look ahead buffer. So let's see. For example, this is my sliding window, this is my dividing line, and I want to these are the already encoded messages, and I want to encode R A B. This is the content in my look ahead buffer, and this is the content of my search buffer. So see, I want to encode R. So I will check, do I have any match here? So see, at index number 1 I have a match. Again at index number 2 I don't have any match, and index number 3 again I have a match. So we will consider the longest matched found. So here the longest index number is 3. So we will consider here, because here we got two matched symbol R and A. So offset is this location where we got our match element 3. The length will be 2 because here we got two elements same as the look ahead buffer. So length will be 2, and code will be the next element which we have not searched here in the search buffer, means symbol is the next character after the string matched. So see, R and A are matched here. Next is B. B we don't get any matching here, so we will send code for B. Encoding the message we will use a triplet which will have three values O, L and C. O is known as offset from where we get the matched element, L is the length of the matched sequence, and C is the code of the next alphabet after matching. This is our window, so we will see an example. We want to encode this message. It is given in the question that the length of the window is 13 and the length of look ahead buffer is 6. So I have created a window here with 6 as the look ahead buffer size. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the look ahead buffer size, and 13 is the size of the search buffer. Now we will write here C up to 6 alphabets, C, A, B, R, A, C. I have written here in the look ahead buffer. Now check, do we have any matched here for C in the search buffer? No. so offset will be 0, length of the match sequence is 0, and we don't get any match element, so we will write code for C itself. Okay, because we want to decode C here and no matched element is found here, so we will send code of C. Now this element is slided towards the search buffer, that's why it is known as slided window. So C is searched here, move towards the search buffer, and now I have this sequence. Again check A, do we have any match for A? No, so offset will be 0, length will be 0, and we will send code for A itself. Now A will be slided towards the search buffer, we have slided here. Now this is the sequence. Remember, take elements from this sequence up to 6 letters. So after C I have taken here A, and now I am taking D. You can write here A, B, R, A for the remaining alphabets. Now check for B, do we have any match for B? No again. So offset will be 0, length is 0, and we will send code for B itself. Slide it toward the search buffer. Again for R, do we have any match? No, so 0, 0, and code for R itself. Now R is slided toward the search buffer, we have AC. Check for A, do we have any match for A? Check, yes, we got a match here. At which index number? 1, 2, 3. So I will write here offset as 3. What is the length of this match sequence? Only A is matched here, so length will be A. Now rather than A, because we got code for A here, I will send code for C, the next element after this searched element, code for C. And these two alphabets will be slided towards the search buffer, A, C both. Next I have A, D, check, do we have any match for A? So we have matched for A here as well as here. First we consider the length. If the length of the both matched element is same, so we will take the first one. So here A is matched here with the index number 2, and the length is 1 because A is matched here, so I will send code for D. And we will slide A and D towards the search buffer. A and D moves here, and I have A, B, R, A. I have taken A, B, R, A, and next after R, A I have taken here R and R. Check, do we have any match for A, B, R, A? See, 1, 2, here we got a match. After at 4 we got a match, and at 7 we got a match. Now check the length. So A, B, R, A, this is the largest length, 4. I will write here 7 because index number is 7. Length is 4, and A, B, R, A is matched, so we will send code for R. And what we will do? Now these 5 alphabets will be slided towards the left hand side, and my window will look like this. After this I have taken all the alphabets up to 6 length. Now check, R is matched here at index number 1 as well as index number 3. Check for A. So at index number 3 we got a larger length. Again R, so index number will be 3. Now comes what will be the length. R is matched here. Now see, I have again R and A. So R, A, R, R, A. Can you see in the look ahead buffer I got a match. So in LZ77 it happens sometimes our search buffer expanded itself towards the look ahead buffer. Your search buffer will be expanded towards the look ahead buffer because we have a palindrome string like this here, RA. This is matched here. So you can see here RA, RRA. So length will be 5. And the last element will be code for D. So now slide all these alphabets toward the left hand side, and I will get a blank look ahead buffer. So we will stop here. You will see why we have taken look ahead buffer here in the decoding. In decoding you will see its advantage. Now we will decode. I have already written here all the codes which we got here. Now we will decode it. I have created here a window of size 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is the dividing line. Now code for C, 0, 0. So no match here, no match 0. So it means C will be decoded and it will be swiped towards the, slided towards the left hand side. So I have written here C. Next is A. 0 0, no match found. So it means next alphabet will be A, and this will be slided towards the left hand side, so I will get C A. Similarly you can do for B and R, and I will get C A B R. Okay, now check. Next alphabet is at index number 3. I have a match, so 1 2 3. So matched alphabet will be A, and its length is 1. So next alphabet will be A, and it is sending code for C, so we will send C. So now these two will be slided towards the left hand side, and my window will be C A B R A C. Similarly you can do it for D. For D it will be index number 2. A match is found here, so I will write here A. Next symbol is D. Slide it towards the left hand side, and again do the same procedure. So I am writing here up to 7 alphabets, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. C will be moved out of the search buffer. So up to D we have done here. Now check for this line. At index number 7 we got a match. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 we got a match here A. What we will do, up from A take the 4 alphabets A B R A, right here. Next is code for R, so it means next alphabet is R. This is my sequence, and now slide it toward the left hand side, and we will have C A B R A C A D A B R A R up to this. Take the 7 alphabets 3 4 5 6 7. So this is my search buffer. Now move towards the look ahead buffer. Next is from index number 3 I have a match. From index number 3 length is 5, so first write R, next is A. Now see, we have to write up to length 5, so R A R, length 1 2 3, again length 4, length 5. This is why we have taken the look ahead buffer alphabets also. This is the reason, that's why that sliding in the sliding window search buffer moves towards the look ahead buffer. From here take the 5 alphabets 1 2 3 4 5, write it R A R R A, and the last alphabet is D. This is our decoded string. Okay, so this is LZ77. It is an adaptive dictionary based technique in which we used a search buffer to encode the elements in the look ahead buffer. This is a practice question. You have to encode this message with a window size 30 and the size of look ahead buffer is 50. These are some of the references. Thank you everyone.